Have you noticed how common it is for young adults to feel kind of stuck or directionless these days? It's not just in our heads. Recent stats show over a third of young people in the U.S. reported depression or anxiety last year.
I have, and honestly, it feels like almost everyone I know is grappling with something similar. There's this constant buzz of uncertainty about careers, relationships, even just figuring out what truly matters. Sometimes, it feels like we're just running on autopilot, achieving for achievement's sake, and not really knowing where it's all headed.
That's such a good point. It reminds me of that old phrase, chasing the wind, like we're busy all the time but unclear on the purpose. And when you throw in worries about finances and future security, it can get overwhelming fast.
Exactly. It's almost like we're wandering in this valley caught between wanting to make progress and not really knowing which direction is right.
Jumping off that, a huge part of this struggle comes from the inside. I read that nearly 60% of young adults last year felt a lack of meaning or purpose in their lives. That's a staggering number when you think about it.
It is, and it really rings true. When you don't have that strong sense of purpose, it's so easy to get distracted or pulled in all sorts of directions. Like, one week you're convinced you should be in finance, the next you're Googling how to start a bakery. It gets exhausting.
And the irony is, we're all chasing fulfillment, but sometimes overlook how much satisfaction can come from simple things like using our skills to help other people. Even something as basic as making breakfast for someone can feel deeply rewarding.
That's funny, I actually had a similar moment with my little cousin recently. It's wild how doing something kind, even when you don't really want to, can fill you up in a way that chasing after big goals sometimes doesn't.
Switching gears, money, stress is a big one too. When you're worried about not being able to help your family or cover your own expenses, it can make you feel powerless and even resentful of your own situation.
Totally. I remember feeling super frustrated when I couldn't contribute during a tough month at home. It's more than just the numbers in your bank account. It impacts your confidence, your social life, all of it.
Yeah, and sometimes the anxiety ends up making us withdraw from friends or stop looking for opportunities. It's like you're stuck behind an invisible wall. You want to create something or add value, but the fear just holds you back.
It's that cycle, isn't it? The more anxious you get, the more you retreat, and then the harder it becomes to break out and try something new.
Funny enough, a lot of our stress doesn't even start with us. It comes from outside. Like, our families might push us towards certain careers, often out of love, but sometimes it's also about their own hopes or unresolved dreams.
Yeah, and sometimes parents are just trying to repeat what worked in their era, right? For them, a steady job was the gold standard, but now, with so many new paths, we're left at this crossroads. Should we chase stability or take a risk and try to build something our own way?
And then there's the pressure to measure up, whether it's through grades, career milestones, or just looking like you've got it all together on the outside. It piles up fast.
Not to mention how social media cranks it up even further. You constantly see everyone's highlight reel, and it's so easy to slip into comparing yourself and feeling like you're always behind.
Speaking of social media, it's wild how much it shapes our self-worth. The algorithms are designed to keep us hooked, one video after another, so we barely have time to think about our own goals.
What surprises me is how easily it goes from light entertainment to something that seriously drains your motivation. Instead of using time to learn or create, I catch myself scrolling for hours, feeling more anxious and less fulfilled.
Same here. And the comparisons don't help when you're constantly seeing curated success. It's tough not to feel inadequate or even resentful. It can make you want to hide away rather than connect with people.
Absolutely. And that isolation only feeds the whole cycle of feeling stuck. It's almost like we're letting someone else define what success should look like for us, instead of figuring out our own path.
So with all these pressures, internal and external, pushing us around, how do we break out of the cycle and find a real sense of fulfillment?
For me, it comes down to tuning out some of the noise and investing in the slow, sometimes boring process of figuring out what matters to me personally. Like embracing the idea that growth takes time and it's okay if you don't have it all sorted out yet.
I like that, remembering that our journeys aren't supposed to look the same as anyone else's. Maybe fulfillment isn't about ticking off society's boxes, but actually about serving others, developing our strengths, and accepting ourselves along the way.
Exactly. And honestly, Some of the most rewarding moments come from the smallest acts: showing up for family, creating something new, or just being present. That's where we start climbing out of the valley, one step at a time.